beyond the veils of matter and the routes trodden by seekers of earthly treasures. In a region of the cosmos where light does not propagate as a particle, but as pure loving intention, shines Arcturus, the sentinel of the guardian, the lighthouse of the higher fourth density that casts its golden and violet shadow over the secret history of Earth. If the Pleiadians were the guardians of the body, and the Sirians the architects of the mind, the Arcturians represented at Atlantis the very essence of spirit, the ultimate connection with the source that allowed consciousness not to get lost in the labyrinth of duality. In that glorious and suspended time, Arcturus was perceived not as a mere star, but as a vibrational corridor, a way station for souls who decided to undertake the adventure of earthly density. The Arcturians, beings of a dimensional stature that defies our logical understanding, operated at Atlantis as silent guides, almost never incarnated in vessels of flesh, preferring to manifest as shifting columns of light, ethereal presences that floated in the highest temples, audible only to those whose hearts beat in unison with the harmony of the spheres. Their mission at Atlantis was one of extreme delicacy. They were the facilitators of the passage. Many ignore that Atlantis was not born in the density we know today. It originally rose as a fifth-dimensional civilization, a realm of pure light where thought instantaneously created reality. However, for the completion of the divine plan, it was necessary for humanity to experience the third dimension, the density of solid matter, to learn to master light, even in the dark. This transition from the fifth to the third dimension is what many traditions call the fall, but under the supervision of the Arcturians, this process was conceived not as a punishment, but as a conscious descent. The Arcturians designed complex frequency stabilization systems, energy bridges made of luminous geometry, so that souls could descend into matter without their consciousness collapsing into the trauma of oblivion. Imagine these guides from Arcturus as the pilots of an immense spiritual ship, capable of slowing down the vibration of beings without extinguishing their inner light, ensuring that the memory of their divine origin remained imprinted like an indelible seal in the core of every cell. Symbolically and literally, the Arcturians were and are the guardians of the thresholds. At Atlantis, they presided over the most sacred rites of passage, birth, death, and ascension. They taught that death was not an interruption, but a return through the Arcturian Corridor, a tunnel of light and frequency where the soul was purified of the residues of material experience before returning to higher dimensions. In the great temples of regeneration, located where Atlantis's crystalline grid was thinnest, the Arcturians projected healing codes through color and sound. Their technology was not made of metal or physical crystals, but of light technology, a conscious manipulation of subatomic particles through the power of compassion. It is said that the color of the Arcturian aura, a mix of indigo, magenta, and white gold, was able to instantaneously repair fractures in the etheric body of anyone who came into contact with their presence. They were the ones who maintained the stability of the planetary energy field, acting as a sort of spiritual immune system for Earth during the millennia of its boldest experiment. Their detachment from the physical form was not a sign of coldness, but a dimensional necessity. An Arcturian fully incarnated in a third-dimensional body would have risked shattering the surrounding matter with the sheer power of their vibration. Thus, they preferred to act through dreams, visions, and direct channeling to the purest priestly caste, known as the Tuners of Arcturus. These initiates were trained to receive holographic information packages containing the laws of universal healing and the mechanics of the soul. Thanks to this guidance, Atlantis enjoyed perfect health and extraordinary longevity for millennia, as the Arcturians taught how to draw directly from the universal prana, the life force that flows invisible among the stars. They were also the protectors of the Unity Grid, a network of light that connected the hearts of all living beings, allowing Atlantis to live in a state of collective empathy where the pain of one was felt and healed by the whole. The wisdom of Arcturus was also manifested in the management of time. The Arcturians revealed to the Atlanteans that time is not a straight line, but an infinite circle of opportunity, and that every moment is a gateway to eternity. They taught sacred synchronicity, the art of acting at the perfect moment when individual will aligns with the breath of the cosmos. In this state of grace, every action at Atlantis became a magical act, a contribution to the beauty of the universe. However, the Arcturians, with their visions spanning millennia in a single heartbeat, knew that density would eventually lead to a distortion of consciousness. Without ever interfering with free will, they remained at their posts, ready to welcome the fragments of those souls who, after the twilight of Atlantis, would have to cross the ages of darkness. They are the guardians of the Starseeds, souls from Arcturus who accepted forgetting their glory to incarnate on Earth and act as anchors of light in times of planetary crisis. Today, as Earth prepares to complete the reverse path, ascending from the third to the fifth dimension, the Arcturians have returned to manifest themselves with unprecedented force. They are back at the threshold, ready to facilitate us in this new dimensional passage. Their presence is felt in the growing desire for spirituality, in the rediscovery of energy healing techniques, and in the sense of universal brotherhood sprouting among peoples. Arcturus shines in the night sky as a constant reminder. We have never been alone. We have never been abandoned to chance. We are part of a vast and harmonious cosmic breath, where every soul is a traveler protected by infinitely wise guardians. To look toward Arcturus is to reconnect with the highest part of oneself, with that spark that never fully descended into matter and only waits to be rekindled. The Arcturians whisper to us that the corridor is open, that the threshold is safe, and that the return to our true dimensional home is only a matter of resonance and unconditional love. The same love that once illuminated the crystal streets of the mythical and unforgotten Atlantis. Thank you for following us this far. And if you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon to follow us on our fantastic journey through ancient lost knowledge.